Good evening, everyone. Welcome in. Thank you all so much for being here. I know I don't usually stream on or during the week. We got some really exciting things happening. Probably actually this month. I'm just going to call it this month. So I had to do a little bit different, and I really just wanted to, and I had a free day. So let's just be real. That's what we're doing. But for those of you who are new here, welcome in. Welcome in. I'm Furon. Everybody will call me Shelton. And to answer the question, yes, I tied this myself. Just because I could. So yeah, there's that. Couple of real quick announcements. I'm going to do it now, just so I can get it over with. There is a community challenge. And it is to make me play 2 streams of Phasmophobia. You'll have from now the 2nd of March till the 21st or so. It's like a Tuesday. It is 80,000 channel points, which I've counted it out. Phoenix is about to yell at me because it's ridiculous. No, it's not. It is about 4 and a little bit over between like 4 and 5 people for the next 9 streams, because I'm streaming 9 times between today and when it's done. It's about 4.5 people redeeming the max points they can per stream. I actually did the fucking math. I did it right. So she can't come at me like she's about to. I know she is. But that's what that is. So yeah, it's a cute little bow tie. About 4.5. But that's counting they all do the max. They all have to do the max. That's kind of what I base it on. So a little bit over 4. That is the only time I will announce it on stream. So if you miss it now, you missed the announcement, and you'll be wondering what that is. So yeah. Phoenix thinks she's gonna be smart. But yeah. What else? I think my schedule may change this week. We'll talk more about that once we actually get in the game. And yeah. How's everybody's week been, actually? Let's just go on with that. How's everybody doing? I feel like it's been a while since I've had a chance to see y'all, talk with y'all, and hang out. I've been playing a lot of this game. I play a lot in my Discord. So actually, let's see if it fixed itself. Discord. Hey, I got the thing to work. I got it to work again. Woo. Phoenix and I had issues with our stream deck a couple weeks ago, and it's not working. Yeah, I figured Phoenix was gonna be the first one to redeem it, or put the max she could. But that will probably, if we get the community challenge, it will be the end of this month. I gotta. Yeah, so I got a few more details to work out, but it won't be so bad. Posting in Discords. Tell them to come hang out. I'm looking dapper tonight. And for that reason, they should come hang out, because I'm pretty dapper. I kind of brushed my hair. Brushed my hair this morning. Does that count? Does it count if I brushed my hair this morning? Well, that's not working. So we'll do it. Put on a pause button. There it is. Yeah, so we are picking up from where I last left off. And we'll kind of go through what all you've missed. After I take that off. There. So we already just want to test one thing real quick. As it loads in. Oh, why am I? Phoenix, what'd you do? Phoenix, you lied. You didn't just post in Discord. You posted it on Twitter. It's cheating. The power of the twits is cheating. Hey, I can use a map. Twitter, tons of Discord. Not one mention about me being dapper tonight. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. Let's see how it is. Let's see what all. So since I think anybody may have last seen my playthrough on Twitch, we've been doing a lot. We're talking about completed stuff. There it is. Yeah, we've done a lot. Of course we did the potions class, that was first. Herbology, all this stuff, charms, which I think is actually where Phoenix left off right there. We've done some assignments, learned Expelliarmus to go and find, actually let's see if I can put this in some sort of order. Welcome to Hogwarts. You went to Hogsmeade to fight a troll, which I think we all saw. Which was also that. Welcome to Hogsmeade is where that was. Then after that, you go meet Natty in one of the hamlets. You hear somebody yell, and you learn about Merlin's trials after you defeat some dark wizards. After that, where do you go? By the way, spoiler alert if you haven't played this far in the game. I guess I should throw that out there. Let's think, where do you go? That was the beginning. I think that was later. After the trials of Merlin. Actually, I think before that you somehow talk to Professor Fig, find a map that goes into the restriction section. So from there you have to go meet Sebastian Sallow. Here. Learn the Heidi charm. You've been spoiled, but it still seems brand new to me. Good. Definitely playing this game is different than like hearing me like rant about it. So I'm gonna try and finish this up in a second. So you go find a book. He finds you. Sebastian doesn't give you away to the librarian, so he's really cool right now. From there you take it to Professor Fig, which says that several pages were missing, wants to study it. Then after that you go meet Natty. Then you go fight off some dark wizards who were bothering researcher talking about Merlin and some of his trials around the world. Then from there you go or get summoned by the Ravenclaw, Mr. Ollivander, to find a family heirloom wand, which you find in the Owlery, and then you find Richard Jackdaw. Then you go and find the missing pages that is in his tomb with the wand. And then take it all back to the map chamber. I think that's just about where you are. Yep, that's the main story so far. And then at some point I learned another fire spell. I forget where that was. But we've done a bunch of side quests, which is why I'm level freaking 22. Because I over level like crap. Let's just be real. That's all I do. I over level. I over prepare. This stream is on fire. Yeah, I somehow like just fumbled around for like 5 minutes on what the heck I've been doing. Oh, by the way, does anyone know like the best thing about tying your own, like for a guy to tie their own bow tie? Like what is the best thing about it? I'll give you a second. I'll show you. Jake, I'm doing phenomenal today. How are you doing? How's your week been? Like my dapper Ravenclaw outfit? What the fuck am I doing now? Is the big question. What am I doing right now? I guess I should do that. Jake, party time. Ooh. It thought long and hard about that one. That's what that was. Justin's House of Games. Welcome in. Welcome in. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing wonderfully well. In case you miss it, I am Furon. Everybody will call me Sheldon. Whatever's good with you. I play a wide variety of games. This is right now the first time I've gotten this one to work. But I've been loving playing this off stream. Let me find my way out of here. This works. Jake's love is always sorry you're so tired. You get up into the hooky pokey and check it all around. Yeah, Jake, as long as you're doing the hooky pokey, not me. To Justin. Oh, it's a Finicino, Justin. Okay. Doing good, thanks. How am I? Dude, I'm doing fantastic. Hi, Haste, my love. Welcome in. I have missed you. The XF team member. Oh, okay. Welcome in. Welcome in.
This place has seen better days.
I already saw the tweet. Oh, yay. Which means I'm probably about to regret my life. Where the fuck is this thing? Oh, there it is. Oh, there is another one. Okay, we're going away. Away, here I go. Oh, don't forget to put channel points towards community goal. Mother, grave violence.
What to do?
Mother, grave violence. Too tired to get up though. Do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. You got Construction Sim 3? Wait. Did you mean like you have Construction Sim like the one that just came out, or is there really a Construction Sim 3 already? Or is that supposed to be like a base? I forget. Okay. Bought it. Yes, new one, I think. Okay. Nice. Very nice. Good, thanks. Awesome. Yeah, but yeah, so guys, the best thing about like tying your own bow tie is like at the end of the night when you're tired of it, like being all prim and proper, just pull it, undo it, and it still looks pretty dapper, but it's legit like choking me out. Yeah, this is like a shirt I haven't worn in a long time, and I am much rounder than when I actually got the shirt. So, yeah, I know it. I'm working on it. I need to work on it actually. But yeah, but I figure since I can actually play this game and I streamed it in Discord Tuesday, I figured it was best to go ahead and see if we can stream again and get things done. Yeah, and the play was smooth then too. Oh yeah. Like I'm actually like flying around, and other than that one hiccup earlier, it's actually been doing pretty well. The game looks really good. Justin, I'm glad it looks good now. You better believe I've had my issues with this game. To the point of I was about to snap my motherboard across my knee. It was not good. Not good at all. So, positive. Obviously. Here's it now. Alright, let me think. What all do I want to do? I don't do anything else before I do that. I think so. We'll just wait.
Over here.
Yeah. What about y'all? What is y'all's favorite Harry Potter movie? Let's actually figure this out. What is the best
We're not
one?
alone.
We are not.
We know.
Ranrock's loyalists. Around a dozen I can see, but could be more.
Can't we apparate past them into the tower?
We could, but we've no idea what's in the tower. More importantly, however, I'd like to know why
For the
they're
Fantastic
here.
Beasts.
They've set up
Okay.
camp just ahead. I suggest we investigate a little before doing anything else. Let's go.
Well, this isn't ideal.
No, it isn't. This way. And I'd suggest we use the disillusionment charm here.
Yeah.
No sense in announcing our arrival.
So Phoenix, which one of the Fantastic Beasts is your favorite? Because don't they have 2 or 3 of them out now? When it comes to the Harry Potter ones, you prefer the books? Okay. I mean, all are good. All are good. Book 4. Goblet of Fire?
Quickly now.
Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? Yes. Yeah, I love how it says like I'm supposed to be level 11, but now there's level 22 enemies because I'm an idiot and over level myself.
Stay hidden and cast Petrificus Totalis.
Petrificus Totalis. In the small big tent.
Petrificus Totalis. Well done.
I wonder how many can I get like this? Not enough.
I was only following orders. Leave you out. There must be something here. Ramrock said so. Who's there? There must be something here. Ramrock said so.
I wonder. Oh. Yeah, we doing that now. I'll see if I can be sneaky for one thing. I'll get him next.
Ramrock said so.
I think if I can do him. Let's do this guy. And the other 2 down here. He's gonna be a problem.
I have a brother who works at Gringotts. Couldn't pay me enough to sit behind a desk all day.
Actually,
Petrificus Totalis.
this. Quickly get up to him. Get him. Those 2 right there are gonna be an issue. I think I can handle it if I do these 2 over here smart.
Making a mushroom stew.
Let's see. Motherfuckers, walk away. Small big tent.
I didn't touch your helm. But thank you for making me the first object of your suspicions. Now my friends up.
Got him. God damn it. Are you Slytherin? No, I'm Ravenclaw. As actually apparent by my vest and my tie. Actually I decided to try to match it today. Be no fancy. So I figured I'd be fancy.
Someone there?
Oh my god, am I going to be able to do this?
Such arrogance.
Hey, sweet, that wasn't too bad. I literally just had to fight one person and Hannah. I will take that as a win. Let's go loot everything else.
Revelio.
But no, I am actually Ravenclaw. I did take the actual like proper Pottermore whatever test. So it's my house, my actual wand, all the fancy things. No, he doesn't want to. Don't make him. Don't be a bully.
Orders. Directly from Ranrock.
I will bully y'all. No, we don't do bullies here. No bully. They can if they want to. We want this so bad. Yes, Goody.
I will draw blood.
Okay.
Let's get this over with. Not quite.
Jeez. Damn it.
That was meant for me.
There. Yeah, you not just be annoying.
How on earth could they have known about this place?
There, let me collect all my goodies. To the spoils of war go the victor. So that always goes. Yeah, but Phoenix, why do you want it so
It's
bad?
more than mere coincidence that we encountered Ranrock's loyalists here.
Why do you want it so bad? It's just a game. Tis only a game. You don't do scary games, that's why. Why do you think I said I'm only going to do it
Looks like we
twice?
found the entrance.
It's locked.
Twas locked.
An unlocking charm.
Very handy. No time now, but if you don't learn it soon enough, we can work on it back at the castle.
Yes, please. That's the only thing I'm doing this for. Is I want the freaking unlocking charm.
Someone was an avid reader. Can't say I'm familiar with many of these titles. I wonder who this is.
With robes like that, it could be anyone.
Oh, more money. Okay. Oh, sorry. Sorry. All right, let's see where we go.
I imagine these brooms have been enchanted for centuries. Never seen an enchantment last this long.
Never seen money last this long either.
Welcome to San Bakar's Tower.
Oh, Professor. I want in now.
Hello, Professor. Did you say Sam Bakar's Tower?
I did. Professor Bakar is a keeper you have yet to encounter. I'm glad to see that I was correct in presuming that we would meet again soon after our last encounter. Though I surmise, based on the commotion I heard, that you did not have an easy time getting to me.
We did not, Professor. We encountered goblins outside the tower.
That goblins were aware of my vault is disquieting enough. But if they have also made a connection to this tower, then the threat may be greater than I thought. All the more reason for us to move forward. Downstairs, near the entry, a reservoir of ancient magic, like those you've seen before, has been unlocked. Commanded to access a doorway. I'm afraid I cannot say more. As Professor Fig cannot join you, he and I will, in time, see you back at the map chamber. Remember what you see.
We're going to need to understand how Ranrock's loyalists knew about a tower that once belonged to a keeper. For the moment, however, you've more important things to set your mind to. A reservoir of ancient magic, I believe?
Yes, sir.
Then I shall leave matters in your increasingly capable hands. That said, be careful.
I will, sir. I'll see you back in the map chamber.
Hey.
A reservoir of ancient magic.
Oh, damn.
Downstairs, near the entry.
Oh. Okay. Thank you, me, for telling me what to do, because I did not listen. Oh, drink the tea. Oh, spill the tea. What's going on? Cool, doorway. I mean, like, I know, like, knowledge is power, but money's good too to hide. Hide all the things.
Revelio. I've seen this before, in Gringotts and the restricted section.
I just kind of want to start breaking things. Let's see.
Impressive. That must have done something. Best have a look around.
Oh, chest. Alright. Made a doorway. A bridge. More chests. Cool. Oh, tartan casual school uniform. Very casual, very cool. And monies. Sweet. Okay. So it's kind of like a dimension. Oh, fuck, I think I actually need to change those. Oh, moving floors. One, two, three, four. Dude, I love you. I do work tomorrow, so that's gonna get refunded back to you. Are we a glass of sweet tea? Does that count? Does that count? You cool with that? YouTube, but a shot won't kill. Let's just say there's a reason. My work is...
I presume I'm looking for traces of ancient magic.
I'm not gonna say peculiar.
But where?
Like I do work for a university. But it's a private university. So I know it wouldn't kill me.
More traces of ancient magic. Something must be different.
But still at the same time. At the same time I did yeah. Like we on the same track. But that's all I'm gonna say during the stream about where I work. Well, if I can get Phoenix and Scooty to come down here, I'm gonna show them where I work. He needs to be a good boy. Need to be sure I'm a silver boy.
These are never a welcome sight. At least I know what to expect this time.
Confringo! Expelliarmus!
Ooh!
Confringo!
Dang, I was trying to get the 100 point combo. Okay, I missed something. What did I miss? Being a pancake feels like it's expected to smoke and drink. So I mean, the thing is like I'm pretty sure like the place I work, like they don't care what I do on my off time, as long as it doesn't affect my actual like when I show up the next morning. And it's one of those things I don't want to give them any reason, like no reason to doubt whatsoever.
These look familiar.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure right now I don't know of anybody from work that like follows my account or anything like that. So I do kind of plan to keep it that way. Oh, I'm supposed to go down there. Okay. But yeah, so that's kind of that. I was supposed to go down here. I can only go that far. Which means I need to do a thing. Maybe I need to be up there to do it? I don't know. Let's go run
Was
around.
it Accio I used before?
Shut up, Giles. I know what I'm doing.
Accio!
Oh, there we go. I didn't see that one. Got it. Door. Is that really it? Just come up here for a chest? Oh, the center room changed too. Huh. Ooh, sun hat. Just like my professor. I forget how this thing works sometimes.
What did that burst of magic do? Perhaps I should examine things from both sides of the archway.
Shut up, Giles. Want the chest. The only reason we're here. For the chestesses. Close enough. I think.
More statues.
Oh shit, what are these statues? Look, how did I not see that? I jumped, by the way. I don't get 30s. Phoenix, I think you missed a 0 on that one. I know for a fact I was not dumb enough to say it's 6,000 points. Gotta hope not, or else we're starting this thing over. Oh, you said for tonight? Okay. I didn't read that part. It's your goal tonight? Okay. As long as I didn't fuck it up. Like I said, as long as I didn't actually mess that thing up, I'm good. Okay, so I need to go up. There's the stairs. Going up the stairs and going down the stairs. Going up the sideways stairs. Okay, so I know what that's what I'll do. So let's see what's over here. There's... Oh, it's just another staircase. Okay. That's your goal tonight? Okay. Good to have goals.
Accio. Accio.
Look closer. There you go. Okay. So now between there and there, what happens? I'll look through this way, what happens? So I can walk through either way.
Seems I ought to explore this archway from both sides.
Shut up. Okay, that's what happens. I feel like these fuckers are about to just like show up. Which means what? You get somewhere where I can access it on both sides.
What did that burst of magic change on both sides of the
Oh.
archway? Something must be different.
Okay, so let me think. I only get to it from there. Come on this side. Freeze up that. Could I move it to the other side? I think I can. Let me just double check. If I can bring it on. Yeah, just right here on the other side of the bridge. Okay. I know what needs to
I need
happen.
to see how the room changes when you out of the archway.
Yeah, close enough. Back through the archway. To then pull it to about here-ish. Give or take. I clear it. Nope. A little more. I clear it now. I think I'm close. We'll call it good. Back to the archway, which means that should be on the...
So that's it. I need to use both sides of the archway to get the platform to the other side of the bridge.
There. Somehow I didn't walk through it right. I didn't go through the doorway good enough. That's what it is. That's it. I figured it out. But now I can't get to that thing. Which makes me sad because I want the treasure. Actually, I wonder if I walk through here. No! Missed the treasure. Oh well. That's enough.
I'll never get used to these floors.
Oh, I'm gonna say, what? I want chest. I did the thing.
Expelliarmus! Confringo! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Confringo!
Fuck. I was actually doing pretty good on that one.
Expelliarmus!
What was my combo up to before I died? Before I got hit? That wasn't fair. I was actually doing pretty good, I thought. No. I had to get hit. Ruin my combo streak. What is this? I actually get it. So whenever they jump up, I always get lost on. Hmm. If I do this, I'm afraid I'm never going to get back. I don't want to have to actually get over there. I have to do something. We'll figure it out.
Now to see what's changed on each side of this archway.
So do I need to go over there? Really just fuck this up? Nope. I can get back up. Sweet. Me? We'll have to get on the other side. That's going to give me...
Things are definitely different on the other side of the archway. But how?
I thought that was. Maybe it's because I didn't do it well enough. I thought that thing... I've got to go through this side. So. We gotta go through this way, actually. Huh. Can't...
What if I stood on one platform and used Accio on the other? That ought to work.
Actually, I don't think I'm supposed to do that. So one platform used... Yeah, I know, because that will bring me back that way. The problem is when I walk through, I lose that. I can't jump up that high. That only brings me over, not down.
What if I stood on one platform and used Accio on the other? That ought
Giles,
to
I know what I'm
work.
doing, dang it. Go play your game. I know play your game. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I just gotta figure out how. Ooh. Idea. Fuck. Can I not do that in 3 dimensions? I can't. I just can't do it.
What if I stood on one platform and used Accio on the other? That ought to work.
Ha. Got it. Smart. There we go. Big brain plays. It took my character telling me 300 times. It got me shut up.
Revelio.
Oh, look. Health potions. I'm gonna die. That's literally all that means. You're about to die. When it says, here, have free heals and save the game. You're gonna die. Okay, that actually kind of scared me a little bit. 5 health potions. Let me quick save. This will not be good. Okay. We're good. Still gonna die, but we're good. Okay.
I don't like this. Expelliarmus!
What? The guy right in front of you, please.
Confringo! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Confringo!
Got it.
Expelliarmus!
Can't leave this.
Confringo! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Accio! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Glacius! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Accio! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Confringo!
Oh, that's bullshit.
Expelliarmus! Glacius! Confringo! Expelliarmus!
Got him. Are you not going that out loud? No. Absolutely not.
What a relief.
What a relief. Duh. Man, I missed all my things. Oh, I didn't unlock that thing.
Revelio. Another pensive.
Yeah, there's a pencil, but there's a chest. So chest. Such a high level, even the chest from this thing is too like under level for me. It's like, nah, you already have your stuff. You have the good stuff already.
Your ability to transfigure the world around you is remarkable. What is it?
My father isn't getting better. I don't think he'll ever recover from the death of my brother.
It is agonizing to see those we love suffer.
The drought was years ago, but the pain of losing him is as deep for him now as if it had happened only yesterday. He doesn't need pretty pillars, he needs peace. What if I could help him, Professor?
You do so much for your father already.
It's not enough. I want to take away his pain.
It is tempting, I know, to use this magic that you're mastering to transfigure more than the physical world. But human emotion is a potent force unto itself. Even the most well-meaning and competent witch cannot possibly know the consequences of irrevocably manipulating it.
So I'm to watch as my father's pain destroys him.
It is not your pain to take. Every year, a student sees something sillier than I could ever imagine in their tea leaves. Oh, Miss Morganach, welcome back to Hogwarts, Professor.
That's going to take some getting used to. Professor Rickwood?
I was so pleased to hear that you'd accepted the position of Defense Against the Dark Arts, Professor.
Sit, Isadora. Tell us about your travels.
I was actually hoping that you and the others might join me at my home this evening. There's much I'd like to share with you.
That would be delightful. We shall let the others know.
Very well. I shall see you then.
Another memory. Now to find a way out of here.
Okay, so that's actually pretty cool. Memory thing. Pensive memory.
More crystallized stone. That must be the way back to the map chamber.
The trap? We'll find out. I don't know. Could be. Could not be. Yeah, there's a map. I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map. Hogwarts.
What have we here?
I'm a student at Hogwarts, sir. And this is Professor Fig.
Professor Charles Rookwood at your service. Has someone completed the first trial?
I have, Professor Rookwood. We saw you in the Pensive in Gringotts with Professor Rackham.
Indeed. So, you found the portkey to access Professor Rackham's vault, and you deciphered the map within the locket you found floating above that Pensive.
I did. I found something that I can't identify floating above the last Pensive.
Ah, yes. You will find a similar artifact in each trial. You must take care to keep them safe.
You will need them to complete the journey we have set forth for you. Once you have them all, we will tell you what to do with them.
Very well. Are you able to tell me anything about the next trial?
Before you proceed, I would like to speak with Charles regarding the urgent situation involving the goblins.
The goblins?
The student has seen traces of a powerful dark magic being wielded by goblin kind. They and their mentor, Professor Fig, not only encountered goblins lurking outside of Sanbakar's tower, they also encountered a powerful goblin in my vault at Gringotts.
I'm afraid it would be wise to halt the trials until we know more.
Oh, really? I just
We
did.
shall defer to you in this matter, of course. Now then,
Wait, Professor. The name Rookwood. Do you think...
that there's a connection to Victor? Perhaps, but we can't be sure of its significance, if any. For now, tell me what you saw in the pensive.
Before the witch from the last pensive, Isadora, became a Hogwarts professor, she argued with Professor Rackham about using magic to remove pain.
Hopefully the next pensive provides more context. For now, we should learn what Ranrock knows. I will be honest, I've no idea where to start.
Actually, I might know of someone. I saw Serona at the Three Broomsticks speaking to a goblin once. They seemed friendly.
Well, it's worth a try. See what you can find out. Of course, don't forget...
My studies. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's kind of the
before
only
you
reason I
go,
did this.
Professor?
Have you encountered swirling traces of magic in the world? Aside from those along our path?
Not that I recall. What are they?
Evidence of the Keeper's efforts to manipulate the power of ancient magic during our time. If I am correct, and I usually am, you should be able to use them to inform and enhance your own magic.
Thank you, sir. I will look out for them.
Nah, I've actually encountered it. He just doesn't know. And now we go to fall on the Hogwarts. The best time of the year, good old fall. Filled with Thanksgiving, Halloween, and everything pumpkin spiced. I'm actually surprised I beat that last boss without actually having to use a potion. Pumpkin spice, yuck. I agree with you. I hate pumpkin spice. Never actually tried it either, but whatever. It's beside the point. It is beside the point. What did I do here? Done that. There's something else I've done. Dueling Fates. Gotta fight trolls. I don't know what that is. You can see it from the outline. Skillies. Frog things. And some other wizard thing. I don't know what this one is. Yeah, the thing is, I'm actually surprised you don't like pumpkin spice. I thought most girls, females did. Pensive Guardian. Oh, that's a big boy. This is disgusting me. English. I do speak it at some point. Taste is disgusting. If you say so. That's it. Gear. Let's see what is anything better. I gotta figure out what that is. It's worse, but it's locked behind the level. Now, eggnog, you love, and apple cider, yes please, with vodka. Vodka. Those. Yep. Look like a regular herbology professor. My little sun hat. Too bad I really don't like wearing hats. And the gloves just got my nerves. Unknown. Okay. There's all that inventory. I had to think. And what can I spend points on? I have 2. Did I not? Okay, I did that. I gotta get better at using that one. Stupefy curses them, and so just Expelliarmus, which is actually what I used a little bit. Crucio. Can't wait. Is there anything else I really need right now? Oh no. Figure this out later. So I'm gonna see what the spell mastery is. I lied. I want to keep looking. Thank you, Olivia. So. Yeah. I know for a fact I didn't do. Yeah, I ain't working on that. Okay, so here in a minute, we're going to figure out what we're doing.
I should have.
I've got spectacular news. The broom upgrade's ready. Stop by the shop when you can.
Thank God, let's do it.
I hope you will come and see me about a pressing and highly confidential matter at your earliest convenience. I believe that we may be able to help each other.
Yes, we're doing that one.
Please see me after class once you have completed the tasks I've set for you. I would like to teach you Descendo, useful for pulling objects to the ground.
Okay, I missed an email. Mail time, mail time. Okay. Professor Onai's assignment. Like troll boogies. Ooh. That's interesting. I could do that. That'd be actually really quick to do. But I kind of want to take care of the other thing. I go up. I forget. Yep, I do. Because I'm so close to finishing this. And I think I actually need a little more to do it. So, we'll get this thing figured out. So here's another reception hall. Which... near the front... the Great Hall. Actually, it might be down... this way. Nope, down. Other stairs. Right here. Is it really it? Yep. This will be it. Where's Home Slice? There he is.
Hello again, Mr. Moon.
Oh, I was hoping to see you again, my young friend. Gladwin Moon, Hogwarts caretaker, at your service. First, please allow me to apologize if I seemed a bit unsteady when we last met. I'm afraid I had a rather disconcerting encounter. Although I hear your visit to Hogsmeade was even more eventful than mine.
I suppose you could call it eventful. I certainly wasn't expecting a troll attack.
Oh, of course not. And from what I understand, the village was lucky you were there. In fact, my recent visit to Hogsmeade is the reason I was hoping to bump into you. I could use your help with something. Do you see that curious statue over there? Watch what happens when that light changes from day to night. Now, if you wouldn't mind humoring me for a moment, see if you can remove the moon from the statue. Ooh, odd little contraptions, aren't they? It seems the statue vanishes once the moon is removed, which, incidentally, can only be done at night. Why don't you hold on to that one for now, and I'll explain more as we walk.
Okay.
Ever since that fateful day in the village, those curious statues have begun appearing about the castle. A fair number have been strewn around Hogsmeade. Someone, it seems, is trying to torment me. You see, that day in Hogsmeade, I turned a corner and came face to face with a boggart, or shapeshifter, if you will, which takes the form of whatever scares you most. This one took the form of a demiguise.
A demiguise?
Yes! Terrifying creature that can see the future. Wholly unnerving. I encountered one when I was a lad in Korea. Terrible experience. Those statues are demiguises. The moons, I assume, are an uninspired play on my name. Some
Probably.
jackanapes used a boggart to learn my greatest fear and use it against me. I
Oh,
have my
okay.
suspicion as to the scoundrel or scoundrels responsible. It is my hope that they will slip up and reveal themselves as the statues disappear. That is why I need your help in removing the statues.
Why me?
A couple of reasons, frankly. First, your daring do against those trolls in Hogsmeade has gained you a reputation for fearlessness. Second, as macabre and hideous as a demiguise is, most would find my fear of them unwarranted. You, however, have seen how they affect me. I'm at my wit's end, young friend. I simply can't bring myself to go near them. In fact, I know of two statues right here in the faculty tower. Perhaps you could start simply by removing them, so I can go about my evening duties.
I'd be glad to help you, Mr. Moon.
Yes, please, teach me
I
the
can
spell.
count on you. First, you know how to cast a disillusionment charm, correct? You'll want to do that before wandering the tower at night. Next, you'll notice that the door is locked. However will you get in? Alahomora, that's how.
What about curfew?
Curfew? Oh, tosh. I sense you're a bit like me when I was your age. Oh, the school was my oyster. And I took advantage of it. Oh, everyone loved me for it. Oh, those were the days. Now, you'll find one statue in the prefect's bathroom and the other in the hospital wing. Good luck. Oh, and thank you.
Thank you. No more. Unlock the chip lead. Yes. Go. Let's see. I'm going to need that. Actually, that should be all I need. Huh. Yeah, we'll just go with that one. I forgot it kind of does its own thing. Okay.
Well done! You're in. Remember, use a disillusionment charm so no one claps eyes on you. This is a restricted area of the castle, after all.
You're not supposed to be here.
Revelio.
That one. Finish up. Reminds of the staff. Hogwarts house elves do an exceptional job of keeping the castle in order. They are seldom unprepared for any number of items that they might encounter each day. However, only the other day, an unexpected stash of wizarding crackers went off from behind a cushion. Cacophony was most untoward, engulfing one poor elf in blue smoke, and giving those of us nearby an odd and abominable ringing in our ears for the rest of the day. Suspect the culprit was Peeves. Keep an eye out. Be careful. Go up. Whoop. Get the key.
How are your students getting on?
Rather poorly, I'd say.
Is that so?
We're raising a generation of coddled cape flappers that can scarcely tell the difference between Aconite and Asphodel.
Yes, well, it's still early.
Bum, 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 bum. You don't know I was here. You can't prove anything. Read those clues.
This must be the prefect's bathroom.
Would allow them to have wands. One of those goblins comes near me.
You don't see me. Can't push it.
My marching professor Hecat's class is superb. I don't think that's what that class is for. She's right. Why don't you leave goblins alone, troll? How dare you speak to
We'll come back here later and take care of everything. We'll finish getting the rest of the stuff later. Come on. Good flame.
Not at the moment, no. Plenty of other perils and pitfalls to send them my way, though. Well, suppose I should begin my rounds now.
I suppose Professor Black knows best, but the students are terrible.
Oh, that wasn't fair.
I had planned to bet a few galleons on Hufflepuff this season.
Hufflepuff? Ravenclaw?
I know when I see a winning bet, and Ravenclaw would not have been that. Not this year, anyway.
Perhaps not. Anyway, I had high hopes for Hufflepuff. I was finally going to learn the Quidditch rules.
Got to have high hopes for living. Sneaky sneak. Well, I could have just fast traveled out of there, but this is more fun. This is the funs. You were supposed to be there. You should turn around soon enough. Go back downstairs. Fine. Thank you. Talk to you later. There's, I'm just 3 keys away from getting my very special robe. I really want it. I want it.
Hello, Mr. Moon. I have the moons you asked me to collect.
Oh, goodness! You're as fearless as I'd hoped. An excellent start. If we can collect more, it may shed some light on who's behind all this. Of course, I first suspected Peeves. He drove the previous caretaker, Rancorous Carp, to an early retirement with his intolerable buffoonery.
Buffoonery?
But that does not explain the boggart in Hogsmeade, does it? No. I am determined, with your help, to discover the identity of my tormentor.
It's definitely intriguing. I'd like to help you solve this mystery.
You, my friend, are a gentle person and a scholar.
Aww.
And I have something to offer in exchange for your assistance. Now, remember, the moons are only retrievable at night. Thus, I encourage you to use a disillusionment when necessary.
How many statues are there to find?
I don't know precisely, but I've spotted dozens. Seems they're everywhere I look. You have your work cut out for you, if you were to ever unravel their meaning.
Never know.
You mentioned offering something in exchange for my assistance.
I did. Once you've brought me enough moons, I'll show you even more powerful forms of Alahamora. Not every lock is as easy to pick as the faculty towers.
You would think theirs would not be easy to pick.
I shall keep an eye out.
I appreciate that. Oh, and I knew you were the one to ask for help. Keep at it so we can solve this mystery.
Phoenix! Thank you for the biddies. But you didn't have to. I do appreciate it. Hold on.
Have you found any more of those ghastly demiguise statues?
Okay.
I hope you've been staying vigilant with those demiguise statues.
Maybe I can now just walk in here and be fine. It seems to be like it only looked restricted while I was doing that. Look at that key. Oh fuck, you're going upstairs. No, you're supposed to go downstairs. You here. That's not, I swear I thought that thing just went upstairs. But it's really weird because there's a box down here. Is it here? It was.
That's it.
2 more. I think there's another one here in Faculty Tower. Hey Phoenix, do you mind helping me with something? Only because all my devices are in use. Do you mind looking up a guide to the Daedalian Keys quest? Because I'm missing 2 more of them. I think I know where they are. I just need to figure out where. Because today I want to get my very special rope. Please. Pretty please. I think there's another one somewhere in here. If I had to guess. Level 3 luck. I don't know exactly where they are. I have inklings, I have ideas. Actually after I find the next one, I'm gonna be completely lost. There you are. Need that to get to that. Found it. Okay. So there was one in the faculty tower. There was one in the bell tower. Which I think is this one. Is there one in the bell tower? There's 16. Yeah, I've now gotten 15 of the 16. And now you see my problem. I think that literally was one I just got. Sweet. Yeah, so I've gotten now 15 of the 16. I'm one away. I feel like there was two in like the faculty tower hospital wing area. Either that second one was one of them, or there is now another, because this is technically, I think, the bell tower. Is what I'm trying to figure out. There's two here? Okay. Means I got one more to find. Hope if I can find the freaking chest for it. If I can find the chest, then I can definitely. Okay. I'll read that later. Oh, injury. Quidditch injury. Long hallway portraits. Okay, I was actually just there.
I've always said that travel.
Yeah, that's where I just was. That was this one. I went down there, got the key, and it came back here. Okay, so I've gotten both of them here then. Which means the last one's at the bell tower? Bell tower courtyard, I think. Go to clock tower. Hey, bell tower. Bell tower. Oh, clock tower, bell tower. I think it's all the same. Or else I'm an idiot and just messed it up. Oh. Oh, I know where I need to go. It's... You're right, I'm an idiot. I went to the wrong spot. Went to the wrong spot. Obviously. Okay, don't scare me like that. Has everyone filed taxes? Actually, I did just the other day. I literally had to pay $1 in state tax.
Aloha Mora.
I don't think it's gonna be in here, but I just want to open this. Like that. Or if it'd be in
Hello,
here.
Gamora.
Yeah, I got to the clock tower courtyard. I was getting confused too. Let's go up these stairs. I don't think this is going to be it, actually. I hope it gets me fucking close. I hurt. Got it.
We got a rock party till the last shot. Fill that jug and raise your cup up. We got a truck, better take it and stop. Hey, come drink it till the last drop. So please just let us burn down this place. And we will end up in the old bay. Let's get ready for a drinking game. So come and sip it through the last drop.
No hearing, not to frustrate you. So, yeah, actually, that's fine. Okay, fat fingers. Yeah, I'm not going to chase around that thing. We're just going to nice little breather, gather thoughts. I mean, I have it set to where I can actually kind of still hear things. I have all my audio levels balanced out. That's kind of what I do. I do balance audio. Not. No. Alright. So now we have the final.
Another house token
one.
for the house chest.
2. And the last one, ladies and
Here we go,
gentlemen.
the last house token. Time to see what's inside.
To get some very fancy code.
Well, look at that. Thanks goes to the former headmistress, Eupraxia Mole.
So we got a really awesome cloak. Where is it? Because I will fucking be rocking this till the end of time. Because not only is it a pretty raven, but it glows every time you cast magic. So yeah, that I had to get a little more to actually get into the last few areas. But it's a fancy raven. It's a fancy thing. I like it. I think one is there. I can just go. Oh, no. Speak with Nelly. Where is she? No, not far. We'll walk it. And we're going to be sporting the new robe. Actually, do I like the outfit? Now that I actually have to plan, do I actually like the outfit underneath it? Not really. Nope, wrong one. You. Do I like, what do I like? I think something simple, actually. Meds kicking in. Same, except it's not what you think. Okay. Proof whiskey. Ooh. Actually, not too bad. Not bad at all. Actually, I do kind of like that look. There, we'll go with that. $50 worth of pure American gold. Yeah. Alright, so Tyler, since you brought it up, without looking at your $50 worth of pure American gold, what is the easiest way to calculate percentage of alcohol by volume of any drink? Any like hard whiskey. What's the easiest way to do it? I'm going to teach you something today. Fire? No, actually, no. No, don't just set things on fire. So like every drink has a certain proofing and percentage of alcohol by volume. And the two numbers are not correlated, but they are related. I think, yeah, I guess it is correlation too, to some extent. Original way pirates tested the proof of the alcohol was gunpowder. Makes sense, but not really what I'm going for with the question.
Were you able to follow one of the Daedalian keys?
Hello, Nellie. Actually, I found all of the keys and opened my house chest.
Oh, wonderful. What did you find?
I found
a rather interesting costume.
Brilliant. Well, thank you for solving that mystery for me. I always wondered what those keys would lead to.
This really awesome robe. Don't you just love it? Proof was the number given to the rum with when it burned, and if it burn. That's the tale of why we call it proof of booze. Okay. Shit, I learned something new today. No, kind of what I was going for. The proof of alcohol is always double the percentage of alcohol by volume. So 50% alcohol by volume is 100 proof. 100% alcohol by volume is 200 proof. So, like I said, got a little tidbit of knowledge. Nobody really cares. Nobody really asked for it either, but we're going to give it to you. But 60.7 proof is calculated as 100. No, 60.7 proof is at least 30% alcohol by volume of the drink. And that's in the actual like bottle before you mix it with anything. If that makes any sense. That. Twist. You. And these things. I found like one or two more. There you are. One. That's it. Okay. Now let's see what else I got to do. Other than spin talents. Makes sense. Sorry you're all excited and can't think other than diesel guns marker right now. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Let's go to beast class. Actually, let's do that next. Bro, got a wild idea with Phoenix. Alright, spill it. What you got? Start a podcast. Oh man, I thought you were gonna say, let's start a riot. No, I'm just kidding. Podcast? What would the podcast be about? Oh, you go this way. Video on Twitch and YouTube's. Yep, dubs. Krista, welcome in. This way, not the way out. Spin the globe. Is this the way out? Yes. This is a way out. This way. I know where I'm going now. Yes. I was actually starting to like learn the layout of everything.
Everyone falls off their broom at least once.
You will be playing. You will be playing. Welcome in, welcome in. I got one more class to go to today. Hey, Krista. How you doing?
Handy resource indeed, your field guide.
How you doing?
Welcome, everyone. I see you've
Okay,
already met
evil
some
look.
of the many beasts we study in this class. Though be advised, none of these creatures should be taken lightly. They are all in their own way dangerous, especially if one does not know how to handle them properly. Now, it seems many of you are out of practice. Let's take some time to review the basics of how to care for a beast, shall we? Miss Sweeting, would you please assist our new student with the lesson today?
Yes, Professor Howen. Hello, I'm Poppy Sweeting. Don't worry about Professor Howen's speech. She over-exaggerates sometimes. All the beasts in class are perfectly safe. Oh!
Miss Sweeting, pay attention, please. The tongue of a puffskein can be a slippery devil.
Yes, Professor. Here, you can practice on Gerald. Just keep an eye out for his tongue. You can use my brush. Just be gentle. Oh, and think pleasant thoughts. I like to think it enriches his experience.
Aww. God, that's not what I want. That's what I want.
That's lovely. I'm sure he feels much better. I think he might be hungry. Would you mind giving him some beast feed?
Let me bring out my wand
What
to
do you
feed him.
suppose the pellets taste like?
Hey, Bristol,
to
that's fine. Say go enjoy
I do.
playing
I like
Sons
to
of the
think.
Forest.
I think we can safely say that Gerald likes you.
That's good news. He seems very nice.
He is. Kindness is one of his best qualities, right after ambition and cleanliness.
Good work, everyone. Now, let's make our way to the pens and select another beast. And please, do be careful as you feed and groom them. Miss Sweeting, why don't you show our new student to the Neasels in the farthest pen?
This way. The Neasels are over here.
Oh, couple of Neasel whiskers ought to get me a few canuts at least. Enough to buy something from Honeydukes. Stupid thing.
What in Merlin's name are you doing?
Tuss, peculiar Poppy. Worried about a worthless little rodent.
Her name is Persephone!
Her name is Persephone!
That's really Poppy.
Let's go.
Yeah, pick up.
Those two don't belong anywhere near this class. Poachers in training. Persephone was onto them instantly. Thank you for your help. Let's carry on. Feed and brush the Neasels just as you did with Gerald. The Neasels really took to you.
Hey, there we
They
go.
know a good egg when they see one. As do I.
It appears our time has come to an end. Please close the pens and see yourselves out. Now, where is our new student? Ah, there
Nope,
you
nope,
are.
not here, not here. You can't find
I
me.
would like a moment, please.
Yes, Professor.
Hello, Professor. You wanted to speak with me?
I did. How did you find your first beasts lesson?
Well, I didn't die. Sure. Pretty
It
good.
was wonderful. I believe I'm really going to enjoy this class.
Good. You seem to understand that when beasts are properly controlled, they can play a vital role in our lives. Some provide us with magically imbued materials, if cared for correctly, which does not include torturing them for whiskers. Well done, by the way. Probably best to let me handle it next time.
Yes, Professor.
They're
Got you,
nearly
don't
as
worry.
bad as the Savagers in Rookwood's poacher pack. Sadly, we're the ones who suffer, stumbling over dead beasts. Terrible waste of resources.
Surely the poachers can be brought to justice by someone. The Ministry, perhaps?
An optimistic idea. Now, why don't we focus on more immediate matters that we can control? Professor Weasley has asked that I prepare some assignments designed to help you catch up to the other 5th years. Be on the lookout for my owl. Meanwhile, I also encourage you to study as many beasts as you can on your own time.
Over here.
Yes, Poppy.
Do you need something, Poppy?
Thank you again for saying something to those brutes so that I didn't have to. You were an augury at noon in the desert.
I certainly hope that's a good thing.
It's something my gran and I say. It means that something or someone is a welcome surprise. At least, that's what we decided it meant.
I couldn't stand there and watch them harm the poor thing.
We're of a similar mind. Actually, in light of that, there's someone I'd like you to meet. In the forest.
You've intrigued me.
Let's go.
Very well. Lead the way.
I'd hoped I would. I wouldn't take just anyone there. In fact, you're the first.
Really? Well, thank you.
Oh man, I feel special.
As I said, we think alike. Pleasant surprise. the weather we're having, don't you think?
Poppy, where are you taking me?
It really is much better if I just show you.
I need other moonstones. I need the things.
Don't worry, we're nearly there. It's just ahead. Stand back.
Oh, it's Hippogriff. I want one.
Please meet Highwing. Isn't she just magnificent? Go on, introduce yourself to her. But be careful. You must always show hippogriffs the proper courtesy before you approach them. I knew it! I don't think I've ever seen a hippogriff take to someone this quickly. You can feed and brush her if you'd like. I come and check on her every once in a while. Bring her pasties, tell her what's going on in the castle. You wouldn't know from looking at her, but she's a dreadful busybody. So, what did you think of Highwing?
I thought she was brilliant. Can't believe you introduced me to her.
I suspected you two might get along.
Are you the reason students have been seeing hippogriffs flying above the Forbidden Forest?
Perhaps. Did you know that once you earn a hippogriff's trust, they'll always be... I've seen it firsthand with her.
How exactly did you and Highwing cross paths?
It's a longer story, but I rescued her from poachers a few years back. Got her to safety and, well, she was fine until recently. You may have noticed that poachers are something of a problem in the area, so I worry they could get her again. And I might not be there next time.
Professor Howin mentioned the poachers as well. She seemed to imply that we couldn't rely on the Ministry to help.
I don't often agree with Professor Howin, but on that, I fear she's right. The poachers' influence is growing. I see them every day in the village, lingering, talking to people. They're up to something. I'm just not sure what.
That does seem strange. Sounds as if they're planning something.
Exactly. I think I'm going to look into it. Find out what's going on, what they're doing.
I think that's a fine idea. Information is power.
And the more I know, the better I can keep Highwing safe.
You seem undeterred. Will you let me know what you find out?
Oh, very well. I will. I should be going, but we'll speak again soon, I hope.
Right, so that is the ending of Beast's class. Let's get back toward the grounds. Those. And down this way. So kind of like staying here on Stone Bridge, looking at the castle. My magic robe. Alright, guys, that's actually going to be the end of this session because I am not going to test it anymore. Perfectly fine with where we ended up. Yeah. So thank you all so much for joining me tonight. It was a fantastic game. I'm actually glad I'm finally able to stream it. Yeah, so if you're watching this on YouTube, please come join in the antics live on Twitch. We all have a phenomenal and fantastic time. But until then, all you wonderful YouTube people, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye, everybody.